If you're looking for fun, engaging activities to do indoor and outdoor with your toddler to teach them about shapes, then this video is for you. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Soraya, I'm a mother of two, and here on this channel I talk about everything related to motherhood, homeschooling, children empowerment, and social-emotional learning. So if these are topics you're interested in, I would love for you to subscribe. Please make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're made aware when I post new videos. So I'm really excited about today's video because I'm starting a new series. Every week, I'm going to be focusing on a theme, so it could be colors, shapes, body parts, seasons, numbers, letters, you name it. I've got a whole list of themes for you coming up, and so it's going to function a little bit like a book club where every week I'm going to talk about a toddler book that we have been enjoying, and I've got a great selection of toddler books coming up, and then we're going to be doing 4 to 5 activities around that book so that your toddler gets to learn the new concepts that are introduced in the book through play. And so there's going to be loads of fun activities, outdoor, indoor games, crafts, outdoor math, you name it. I've got so many really fun, exciting activities to show you. So this week we're doing shapes, and by the way, let me know in the comments below what you think about this new series, and let me know if there are any areas that you would like me to focus on, anything that you want to work on with your toddler, anything that you find they need a little bit extra help on that to learn these new ideas. Let me know in the comments below and I will be so excited to come up with activities for you to do with your child. So this week we've been working on shapes, and the book I want to show you is this one. It's called Walter's Wonderful Web. I love the illustrations in that book, and also I love that it's an actual story. It's a lovely story about this little spider whose name is Walter, and he doesn't know how to make a web that can withstand the wind. So all the other spiders know how to make, traditional spider webs, but every time he tries a different shape of web, then the wind comes and blows it away. So he keeps trying all these different shapes to find which one will withstand the wind, and then each time it's a disappointment when the wind comes and blows it away. So he tries all these shapes, and as he tries all these different shapes and goes through these little adventures, then your toddler gets to learn the shapes and work on the shapes. So I love that little book. So of course I start by reading the book that I've selected to my toddler, and because she's a typical 3 years old, she really enjoys reading the same book over and over again, so we keep reading it several times during the course of a couple of days when we are doing these activities. And we even just sometimes like to take it out and keep it next to us while we do the activities. And something that's a good habit to take when you're reading to your child is to start asking them reading comprehension questions. So these would be questions like, what's the main character's name? What do they do or what do they want? And what's the problem? What's preventing them from doing what they want to do or getting what they want to get? And something else that I really enjoy doing with my toddler as well is asking her to read the story to me. And so what she does is that she'll turn the pages and tell me what happens on each page, and this helps her with her vocabulary because then she's the one who has to do all the talking and tell me the story, and it also helps me to see if she really understood the story and what happens, and she loves doing this.
Like his friend. Hey, do you like his friend?
Yeah, what's this called? A web.
A web like his friends.
Yeah.
He wants to do like his friends.
Yeah.
We also really enjoy doing some activities that are in her toddler learning binder, and I've made a full video on this one, so it will be linked on the screen and on the description box below. For the first activity, you will need different colors of pipe cleaners, the same colors of pens, a piece of white paper and scissors. And what I've done is that I've drawn different shapes with different colors, as you can see on my piece of white paper, and then I've cut it just to have the different shapes separately so that my toddler can focus on only one shape at a time. And I've also cut the pipe cleaners into smaller pieces of different length. So here I'm asking my toddler to focus on one shape at a time, and she has to reproduce that shape using the pieces of pipe cleaners. It's a great activity because it really gets her thinking about the shape, how many sides it has, the length of the pieces she has to pick to accurately reproduce the shape. So we really enjoyed that activity.
Yes! Well done! Good job! Very good! What's missing, Emma? Which one is missing? Yes. What color is this?
Orange.
Good job. Can you find it? Good job! Can you put it in the right place? Can you close the triangle? Make a triangle shape. Yes, this is a triangle. So how do you need to put the orange one to make a triangle? No, stop. The triangle only has 3. 1, 2, 3. You already have 3. So can you make that the shape of a triangle? Yes. Very good! Emma, high five! Well done!
A slightly easier version of that activity is to get your toddler to do it on top of the piece of paper rather than next to it. And then once we finished doing that, we used Play-Doh to fill in the shape and to once again reproduce these shapes except with Play-Doh. We then went on a walk and I asked my little girl to pick up anything she liked really, so she picked up leaves, conkers, pine cones, sticks, twigs, anything that she wanted really she was picking up and putting in her little basket, and I will show you what we did with them in a minute. So the third activity is to go on a shape scavenger hunt in nature. So as I was walking with my toddler, I asked her to find as many shapes as she could around us as we were walking. So we kept noticing. I'm showing you pictures that we took while we were walking with examples of different shapes that we found on our way, and it's actually a great way for them to not only learn to notice and look around and notice all the things around them when they're taking a walk, but it's a great way to keep practicing, recognizing and identifying all the shapes. And there are so many shapes around us as we walk. She really enjoyed that and she seemed to find it really fun.
And by the way, if this video is adding any value to you, then make sure you hit that like button to let me know that you're enjoying this content and that you're actually finding it helpful. And please do leave me a comment below. It really helps my channel when you do that. And also it lets me know what you actually enjoy and what you actually find helpful. So please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below.
For the next activity, you will need a big piece of paper and colored pens to draw the shapes. You can have some sequins, liquid glue. I used glitters as well, as you can see, a selection of glitters, and make sure you have a paintbrush as well. So I drew all the shapes on the piece of paper and then I asked my toddler to put glue on them, and as you can see she's following the shape, so it's like practicing tracing the shape, and she's putting glue all around and inside, and I'm asking her to make sure she doesn't put any glue outside of the shape. And once she's done with that, with her paintbrush, she's making sure there's glue everywhere inside the shape, so it's kind of like coloring, and this is great to practice fine motor skills because she has to really focus to stay inside the shape. And then as you can see, she's putting some sequins on it, she's sticking them to the glue. She loves that. And then she put some glitters on top. I found these glitters in Asda and they are perfect for this activity because she can just sprinkle them on top of the glue so that it will really stick to the glue. And I encourage her to put a lot so that the glue is completely covered in sparkles. And then all she has to do is shake the paper so that the excess falls off, and then we've got that beautiful shape in sparkles and sequins, and she loves that. And you, my friend, get another beautiful piece of art to put on your fridge. You're welcome. This next activity technically should and could be done outdoors as you are taking your walk, but because it was pouring rain outside, we decided to bring everything in and to do it indoors. So you will need all of the things you've picked up during your walk, so conkers, pine cones, sticks, anything your child has picked up. And you can use a big piece of paper like I'm using, but you don't have to. And then just make sure that you draw the shapes somewhere for your toddler to use as an example and to guide them. And so in this activity, once again, you will just ask your toddler to use the different elements that they have picked up to replicate the shapes. And so this is an interesting activity because it's yet another way to get your toddler to think about the shapes and to replicate the shape and make the shapes, but also they have to think about what item they will be using and the shape of the actual item that they will be using and whether this works with the shape they are trying to reproduce. So it's a fun little activity, and once again you can totally do this outdoors while your child is playing outside. And the last activity is also an activity that you should normally play outside, where you would draw different shapes with a chalk on the pavement, and then you would ask your toddler to jump into the correct shape, and you would just shout the shape like circle, square, diamond, and have your toddler jump into the correct shape. And they love this game, but once again, because it was pouring rain all week, I definitely couldn't draw anything with chalk on the wet pavement, so we've had to kind of do it indoors like this. I used 3 hoops, and then I used the little pieces of paper that I had made earlier with the shapes drawn on them, and I put 1 shape inside each one of the hoops. And then I would say the name of a shape and ask my toddler to jump in the correct hoop. But even indoors, as you can see, my children loved playing that game. They really had a lot of fun. This is a perfect activity to get an active child to practice their shapes.
That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's content, and I will see you in my next video.